Valerie McQuaid. I work at Next Level Physio in Wilcliff Lake, New Jersey. This is Vanessa. She plays volleyball for her high school team and a club team. This is my final exam for the ISSA Strength and Conditioning course. Today we're going to work on some volleyball-specific movements. She is a middle and blocker. Those are her positions. So she does a lot of vertical jumping, needs a lot of power. So today we're going to work on speed and agility, strength, and help her with her vertical jump. Warm-up routines are very important before engaging in physical activity. They correctly warm up the muscle, improve blood flow, mentally and physically prepare the athlete for their training, and helps prevent injuries and muscle soreness. Effective warm-ups include a dynamic warm-up that activates the muscles you'll be working during the warm-up. The first exercise I'm going to show you is the bent leg bear crawl. Make sure when you get down to the floor, your knees are parallel with the floor and your hands are under your shoulders. You want to keep your knees low as you crawl forward. So make sure knees are nice and low, butt is low, nice and easy, stepping forward. Engage your core. Good. The next exercise we're going to show is the plank walk. In a plank walk, you want to get into a plank position, keep your butt low with a slightly rounded back, and then step over alternating your hand and your foot. Your core should be engaged the entire time. Okay, make sure you keep your butt down. Good. Nice and easy, slow. The last one we're going to do is high knees and butt kicks in place. It's important when you do high knees to really go back and forth on each leg and use your arms to pump to get your legs to move quickly. Okay, get your knees up. Make sure you pump your arms. Nice and light on your feet. Very good. Now we're going to do butt kicks. You want to make sure you use that same momentum to go back and forth and try to reach your heel towards your butt as many times as you can. Good. Try to pick up the speed a little bit. It would be quick, 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 quick. Good. Those are some important exercises in a dynamic warm-up. Thrusters are whole body exercises that work your glutes, your hamstrings, your triceps, and your shoulders. This is a really important exercise for volleyball players because it builds strength throughout the entire body. When starting with kettlebell thruster, you want to make sure that the kettlebell is in between your feet, and you want to make sure you squat down safely to pick it up, and then bring it up to your chest. Keep your elbows in, make sure your feet are about hip width apart, squat down as low as you can, and then use your legs as momentum to press overhead. And then bring it back to a starting position at your chest. Make sure to also always squat, put it back down so that you protect your back. Okay. So make sure it's in between your feet, squat down. Bring it by your chest, elbows in, full low squat, up overhead. Make sure it's up overhead all the way. Bring it back to starting position. Okay, let's do 2 more. All the way down, up overhead, good. Make sure you're using your legs to really push all the way up. Good. Very nice. Volleyball players need foot and speed drills to help improve their speed and reactiveness. This is called the T-drill. In a T-drill, you're going to put both feet inside the ladder, and then quickly you're going to step out, out, in, and then reach for the yellow cones like a T. Out, in. You want to do this movement as quickly as possible to really practice moving quickly on the court. Vanessa's going to do this exercise for 15 seconds of high intensity and then rest for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Good. Really quick. Really aim to get those feet in the box. Aim for the yellow. And break. Ideally, athletes would do 5 sets of these with 30 seconds rest in between 15 seconds of intensity. Volleyball is a sport where players need quick hand reaction. So today we're going to practice hand tap drills against the wall. The goal of this exercise is to quickly alternate between your left and right hand and tap with the tip of your fingers quickly and efficiently. This will help players get to the ball when it comes their way. Okay, use the tip of your fingers. Good. Quick, 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 quick. Cover. Very good. These kind of speed drills will also be done in 15-second intervals with 30 seconds rest. The next drill we're going to practice is called an end drill. In this drill, players are going to be in ready position and are going to alternate between going diagonally and laterally between 2 cones. This is really an important drill for volleyball players because they're constantly moving in different directions and they need to be able to be reactive and have quick directional changes on the court. Nice slow, ready position, lateral, diagonal, quick, 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 quick feet, good. And stop, good job. Blockers in volleyball need to be able to be at a static position and be able to explode from that static position when blocking a volleyball. Therefore, a plyometric exercise that would be really great to help with that would be box jumps. In box jumps, you're going to use a small squat to lengthen the muscle and then explode up to the box, land softly, stand all the way up, and then step down. This will really help blockers gain maximum power and explode on the court. Vanessa's going to demonstrate. So bend, nice little half squat, use force and power, good, stand all the way up, step down. Let's do one more. And explode, good. If players don't have that explosive movement, they're not gonna be able to get any height on the jumps that they need in their sport. In addition to jumping high and exploding, volleyball players also need to practice landing softly. If they land with stiff knees, all of the force of that jump is going to be put into their joints and their knees and not into their muscles, where they should be. This is called an altitude jump. Step on the box, put feet hip width apart, take a small jump off the box, land with bent knees on your heels and as softly as you can. So step on the box, make sure your feet are hip width apart, nice little soft half squat, jump, land as soft as you can in your heels. So next time, I want you to lean back a little bit more so that the weight is primarily in your heels. Let's try one more. Okay, small little jump, chest up, much better, good. Landing softly is a really important component in volleyball training that is important for all volleyball girls to know how to do. Okay, try to keep it between like 130 and 150 watts. Chest up, fully extend the legs. Nice and easy cool down. Catch your breath, let your heart rate come down naturally. Volleyball players spend a lot of their time on the court in a squat or deadlift position. This could cause the hip flexors to shorten and tighten. So it's really important to always stretch your hip flexors. In addition to that, this is a very shoulder demanding sport. It's important to stretch your shoulders to avoid injury or overuse injury. The first stretch we're going to do is the hip flexor stretch. So come to both of your knees. Place one leg, front leg in a lunge position, other knee on the floor, and lean forward. Then we're going to take our opposite arm, put on the outside of our knee, and then also open up our chest. So in this stretch, we're doing hip flexor and a stretch exercise. Stretch. Switch. You put the other leg forward. Slightly lean forward to get a stretch in your left hip. For your left arm, and open up. Oh, it's okay. There you go. In this stretch, it's really important to make sure you're leaning forward to activate the hip flexors. The next stretch we're going to do is called a figure 4 stretch. So we're going to start by sitting on the floor, like this. Cross one leg over your knee. Weave your arms through your opposite leg, and then slightly pull and lean back. This stretch engages the glutes. From this position, you can just switch your legs. So switch your legs, cross over your other leg, and then pull slightly. Come back to sitting position. The final stretch we're going to do is a posterior capsule stretch, which is a shoulder stretch. You're going to bring your arm across your chest and use your opposite arm to pull it closely. When stretching, you want to make sure that you feel a stretch but not pain. If you're feeling pain, you could have an injury or you might just be pulling too tightly. Switch arms.